Hello everybody on the internet. Warning, this video contains spoilers. So after James Gunn announced some of the projects in the DCU Chapter 1 Gods and Monsters, one of which being Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, I immediately went looking for this comic book. And I only recently finally finished reading it. And I have to say, Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow is the best comic book I have read in ages. I see why James loved it so much. The writing by Tom King is great, and the art by Bill Key Everly is beautiful. The review on the back of the paperback says, there's a real sense of exotic cosmic adventure in every issue of this series, and it's almost entirely devoid of familiar sci-fi tropes. After reading it, I agree that it is devoid of familiar sci-fi tropes. I have never read another story like this. I've always loved Kara Zor-El, Supergirl. She's one of my favourite female characters. But this story gave me a new appreciation for her. She's selfless. So many little moments in this were so nice, like her comforting a little baby she finds amongst a war zone, and her helping a guy dig holes saying, "We all have our duties, and it's mine as a neighbour to do what I can to help you with yours." So good. I like how unique Tom King made this. It's narrated by Ruth Mary Knoll, who wrote a book about her adventure with Supergirl from long ago. But what she wrote in the book is not exactly what actually happened. Like at the start, we're told Supergirl kills the bad guy in the end, but I was so relieved to find out that wasn't actually true. It starts with Ruth finding her father murdered, and she sets out to exact revenge on his killer, Krem of the Yellow Hills. Ruth is a good character. She's young, very determined, and talks too much. She just happens to meet Supergirl, who is on her Red Sun planet to celebrate her 21st birthday, and she brought Krypto with her. Ruth asks for Supergirl's help, but she declines and says, "But you have to look for justice, not vengeance. You know, it's like my mother said, life is about compassion, not fury." But then they're attacked by Krem of the Yellow Hills, and Krypto is badly hurt. So then, Supergirl and Ruth set out on a mission across a variety of planets to find Krem. The story was pretty smart. The whole time we thought that Supergirl was helping Ruth to save Krypto. But when they defeat Krem, Kara tells Ruth that she lied. Krypto is actually fine. She went on this massive, painful journey with Ruth just to teach her that killing is wrong. Kara kept on fighting. She took the time. She gave Ruth a shoulder to lean on. She even survived a Kryptonite sun, all just to lead her away from a path of vengeance. And along the way, in each place of horror, she helped those who needed helping. Now that is a true daughter of the House of El. And they sentenced Krem to 300 years in the Phantom Zone, and he came out a changed man, but he still deserved a knocking. I was invested for this whole run. There were things throughout that were concerning me, but in the end, Tom King surprised me, and I was satisfied. I am now hyped for this story to be turned into a movie. But with it being adapted to film, there will of course have to be some differences, so that comic fans can get something new out of it. Also because the foundations of the DCU are different to the comics. Since this movie is going to have to introduce Supergirl to audiences, I think they'll have to show more of her origin. The comic already showed some of her origin well, so they can expand upon that. And I really think that David Corenswet's Superman should make an appearance, to establish Kara's relationship with him. Doing that in a post-credit scene would be perfect. Putting Lobo in it somewhere would be cool too. In the DCU, we need a well-casted Supergirl. Melissa Benoist was a great, fun, hopeful Supergirl, but the CW writing in all of those shows was the definition of cringe. And no disrespect to Sasha Calle, but the Flash movie's Supergirl was terrible. Upon just not resembling the character, she had no depth. There was nothing impressive about her performance, and the way she just dies? That is so pathetic, so weak for a Kryptonian. For the Woman of Tomorrow movie, they need to cast a young blonde actress who can play a traditional Supergirl, but also bring something different to her. And in the movie, they could also make some improvements. Having the structure be more linear and having less time jumps would make it easier for people to follow. Also, my only big issue with the story is Supergirl swearing all the time. That just didn't suit her. Yes, Kara has always been more short-tempered than Superman and is more jaded because she grew up on Krypton and watched everyone around her die. But the swearing was just unnecessary. In a movie, they won't get away with having so many swear words, so they shouldn't do that. But overall, Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow is an amazing story that you should definitely read. The movie is my second most anticipated DCU movie, behind Superman Legacy. So what do you think of Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow? Are you excited for the movie? What are the best comics you've read lately? Let me know in the comments below, and may the Force be with you.